So I wanted to tell you about something. I was looking into a lot of the stalking that had been going on with me, and I was looking into the area I live at, and I was looking into the Republican Party, and I had discovered that the man who heads the Grand Lodge of Freemasons in Michigan, I believe his name is William Levay or something like that. Levay sounds French. Uh, I was seeing photographs of him at the Republican Party conventions, and then I was seeing photographs of him at the police station, the Norton Shores police station. Then I was seeing like even the judge who did my trial. I seen pictures of him with all these people together, like the Grand Lodge guy, Judge Castrava, who did my trial, and they were all at the police station together. And they were all out to eat and everything in the on the Republican Party Muskegon page, and it made me think like this stuff happened to me in the newspaper is political. Like
Right.
like all these people, like 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 all these people, the Grand Lodge, the guy who heads the Freemasons, the judge, definitely the police officers in the community are Republican, and it makes me think like a lot of this stuff has some sort of political agenda behind it.
Yeah, I think that it does. Not only just like a political agenda, but let's think of like political repression. I've been going through political repression for a long, 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 long time, and I was so shocked. Let me tell you something. Like I was looking up in these because I've been dealing with a destructive cult, and these high demand groups. They are infiltrating like the police department. They have terrorist organizations right behind them. I have to sit back and remember from day one, like how the police officers sat back and assisted this group to do whatever it is that they were doing to me. Like they are Freemasons seem to be able to do whatever they want to do. I wonder how much money they've already made off of me because they do like trafficking rings. And that's exactly what's been going on with me. It's, sexual exploitation and a lot of coercion and me trying to be deceived. But the thing about it is all the undue influence. Like, the whole town participating in what's going on. I was like wondering, I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm like, so since the police, that's failure to keep from harm. That's a color of law violation. That because it seems like the world loves the darkness and hates the light, I haven't been able to, get no further.
Right, right, right. How do you? Okay, how do you, I was gonna say how do you view how do you view people's perception? Like people's perception of what you're trying to communicate to them. You're trying to explain to people that you've been being harassed and you were stalked, and people hear what you're saying, but for some reason it's just not registering. Like,
Well, check this out. It's not people's other perception of me because here's the problem. When you're dealing with with this call with undue influence, I looked at it like in these high demand groups. I read about how they mental health professionals, law enforcement officers, um, social workers. They use the lens of that to create an image of she's crazy or an image of don't listen to her. But and the most disgusting part about that is people already knew what was going on. They are sitting back like they just participate because they can, and it gives them a sense of power. But I don't know. I mean, I can go deeper into it. It's just this has just been well, to see that police officers, social workers, um, mental health professionals. From day one, I'm sitting back in this town. Here I am trying to figure out what's going on around me, and everybody just looks the other way. Everybody just they still do.
Right, right.
So,
It's insane how they have private investigators and people who work for the county commissioner's office. I've seen people from the county, like not just private investigators or people impersonating police officers or impersonating government agents, but I've seen actual county workers from the county, like the county commissioner's office, go into the stores and tell the people in the stores before I get there what they have to do. Like all the store owners in Muskegon stores I go into, they all know what's going on, and then they're sitting there looking at it on the internet, and then people are like it's two different things happening. They're saying contract stalking isn't real and it doesn't exist, but then there's people who work for the county coming in the stores telling the store owners when I come in there what they have to do, and then it's all over the internet.
right. Right. Yeah, you're right. As I found out, it's got a real operation dispatch system, organizing people to different directions at any given time. But even with okay, so the government's doing contract stalking, if the government is doing it. How do we, I don't know if it's something that we could stop or something that, who knows, these people make their own choices at the end of the day. They make their choice to do whatever it is they want to do. I don't see what's so funny or what's so fun about harassing somebody or stalking somebody or even taking part in ruining somebody else's life. These Freemasons, I think I've been dealing with Scientology. I don't know if you've ever looked it up or Googled it. They do something like a fair game policy to where they find their victim and they start stalking them and do whatever it is that they have to do to ruin the person's life, and they seem to be above the law. So I don't know if it's our government that is assisting them be above the law, because when we say like we're all in a spiritual battle, we are in a spiritual battle, but people are dabbling in magic and witchcraft. People have the choice whether or not they're going to do this. What makes people be so disturbed? Well, I can't say what makes people be so disturbed, but check this out. You have mental health professionals knowing that it's going on, but instead of them saying anything, they just go ahead and mark on their little tablet, that someone's crazy, or they suffer from, a mental health disorder.
Right, and
that's disgusting.
That's state based. That's called occupational crime. Like it's a form of organized crime. If there's state workers or employees of a county or whatever, those are occupational crimes.
Right, okay.
That's a crime to do something like that.
Oh, absolutely. And not only is it a crime, let me tell you something. Back from when it started with me, and I can remember the Department of Social Services, they not only snatched my children, but they snatched away my kids' benefits. I filed for a fair hearing, and I won my fair hearing, and the Department of Social Services was directed to continue my assistance unchanged. And I'm standing in front of this Department of Social Services, trying to get them to comply over and over again. I'm like, read this paper. It's telling you have to comply. But their supervisors are like, no, I don't have to do that, and I don't want to do. This was merely a choice for them to act this way. So then when I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to file a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights, this is where you have companies backing individuals up or backing people up. They continue to try. They don't want me to get ahead. They've never wanted me to get ahead. And then you have, like I said, Scientology group. So as I'm walking around with backpack, keeping all my documentation, like, oh no, something's not right here, and wondering, finding out bit by bit, piece by piece, you have groups that come into my home and they steal everything that I have, so I don't have nothing to prove for them.
Right.
So does that make me want to give up? Absolutely not.
Right. Yeah.
Even though you have these Scientology feeling like they're above the law, these people are making the choice to ruin somebody's life just because they feel like it. They're not told to do it. Even, okay, with contract stalking, say you're contracted by the government to ruin somebody else's life, but to keep hiding somebody else's evidence, and who is it for another individual to make a choice whether someone can or cannot succeed?
Right. Yeah,
So,
it doesn't, it's all about can somebody get away with what they're doing. I think a lot of the people have done things to me thinking, well, I can get away with this. Just because it's him, I can get away with it. And, people aren't as smart as what they think they are.
you're right. Well, not even is it just can they get away with it. Here's the problem that we face when it's can they get away with it. These people seem to be, if you have law enforcement looking the other direction, law enforcement just, oh, it's okay. Law enforcement supporting these people in what they're doing, that's wrong. Even though, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a color law violation. You were not abiding by the color of law for the simple fact that you're abusing your discretionary power to do whatever you want to do because you want to help these individuals. That shouldn't be your choice.
Right. And they don't, and like the resources in the community, it's like favoritism. It's like back in World War II when the Nazis were around, like in 1939 Berlin, they didn't want to help somebody just because they were Jewish, or they would say, oh, they're Jewish and they're a criminal or something, and let the person's whole life be destroyed. And that's the sort of mindset. That's the same exact mindset you see involved with contract stalking. Is somebody's being targeted by some sort of government group, and every store they go to, every neighborhood they're in, they're being targeted, and people are sitting there just watching it and thinking, oh, well, as long as it's not me,
Right.
because they haven't had to suffer they haven't had to go through any consequences. If they learn consequences, if look, that's what it's all about. People break the law, and they keep breaking the law because they don't have to have any consequences. Like if I rob a bank and nothing happens, I'm gonna keep doing it because I don't. There's no what. There's no what do I have to lose? There's no consequences.
You're right.
If I want to go, if I want to keep going out, and if I walked up to somebody and just smacked them across the head with a baseball bat, and I kept getting away with it, and there's no consequences, I might do it for the rest of my life.
Right.
Because there's no consequences. There's nothing you have to be worried about. And that's what's going on with the contract stalking, is these people aren't learning consequences.
And they're not learning consequences. I don't think because it's governmental that is helping them not learn consequences.
Right.
These people are able to break the law because of undue influence.
Right. That's like on the.
I was stuck. Like what?
That's like on the streets. That's like on the streets in Chicago or Los Angeles. If you sneak into somebody's backyard, or sneak into behind some liquor store across the street in somebody's neighborhood, and you spray paint a gang insignia, and they catch you, they're gonna blow you. They're gonna want to see some consequences. They're gonna want to blow your head off.
Right.
So even gangs have more laws than the city. Like street gangs have more laws than the country does, than the government does. Even street gangs have laws.
Right.
These people can just run around and follow people around with lights on their cars and all this stuff, and sit there and pretend like it's not real. That doesn't mean there's not going to be consequences. They can go to prison. They can go to federal prison for the rest of their lives over what they're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, like I had went to the FBI when I was in the state of New York. I was trying to get some help with white-collar crime and public corruption. because here it is, I'm staying in my home, and no matter what, I'm not focused on what's going on around me. I'm focused on trying to get somebody to help me. And but the gentleman just said it's a